You've done it. You hop off the phone to the prospect, they want to book a meeting, you send over a calendar invite, you're excited. 3 days later, it's time for the meeting. You jump onto the Google Meet 5 minutes early, really excited. Then, time for the meeting, on the dot, no one joins. 2 minutes later, still no one. 5 minutes, no one. 10 minutes, no one. 15 minutes, no one. 30 minutes, and no one still joins. You give the prospect a call and they completely forgot about it. They don't actually even really remember who you are or what you do. Today, I'm going to dive into why your prospects aren't joining your meetings and how you can really start to actually have a 90% show rate in your meetings and not just have meetings show up, but ready, engaged, and ready to buy. I hope you guys get some value out of this. We'll get straight into it. If that situation sounds something similar to what you've encountered, I can probably guess why. You guys are probably getting something like a 20% show rate. You guys here, book the meeting, then for 3 days in advance, you guys just twiddle your thumbs to the scheduled time. And you sat there wondering, why aren't people joining my meeting? And the reason is because all you do is twiddle your thumbs. You can't expect your prospects to remember that they have a meeting, right? This is our role. Remember, when you book meetings into someone's calendar, whether it be, say, a big business owner, a marketing manager, or whoever, you can't expect them to remember booking the meeting in. They get hundreds of calls daily. They get thousands of emails, right? They get so many people trying to contact them. So it's your job to remind them and show them that they need to join the meeting, right? So how then do you get, say, a 75 or 80% show up rate? Let me show you here. So look, you actually book the meeting. What we want to implement is a high value nurturing sequence, right? This obviously leads up to the scheduled time. Now you're probably thinking, what is a nurturing sequence? A nurturing sequence is a sequence of, say, SMS, emails, social media, calls, videos, or even knocking on their door, right? It's a sequence of different touch points leading up to the meeting that remind them of the meeting, right? Give them value. Really ensure that when they join the meeting ready to buy. So what do we want our nurturing sequence to entail, right? Well, we want to start off with obviously booking the meeting. Then I like to have 4 key areas, right? So first one is confirmation and prep. Next one is education value add, relationship and reputation building, and then we have our reminder, right? I can assure you, if you go through every single one of these touch points up into the meeting, your meetings will show. You're gonna get the 75, 80%, even 90, 95% show up rate because it's inevitable. Once you've provided so much value and spoken to them so many times, it's impossible for them not to remember and not want to join the meeting. Let's dive into each of these components a little deeper. So obviously confirmation and prep, what does this entail? So obviously straight after you book the meeting, you want to confirm the meeting date, time, agenda, or location, right? Is it going to be at a coffee shop or is it going to be on a Google Meet, maybe a Zoom Meet, who knows, right? You want to include all this information, confirming absolutely everything as soon as you book the meeting. So this is usually, say if you book it through a Google Calendar, it's going to include all of these details, right? This ensures they know exactly where it's going to be, what time, date, and they can always come back to this email if they want to know the details of the meeting. The next is pre-meeting resources. So this might be an email a little bit after, right? We're going to shoot through some resources. So it might be a video like a watch this video before our meeting. We provide a little bit of value. You dive a bit deeper into what the business is, what you guys do, that sort of thing. It's essentially preparing them for the meeting. So that way, all those really basic questions are already going to be answered as soon as they join the call. Going to save your prospect and yourself a lot of time, and means everything you say to them is going to be a lot more valuable. Next stage, we obviously have our education and value add. In this, there's 3 main components, right? Educational content, value proposition reinforcement, and then our interactive touch points. So educational content. This is sort of the thing where we actually want to provide value to them and sort of show our expertise, right? In every single area where we can. So educational content, providing them with, say, a free resource, a free ebook, free video, right? That's going to break down everything. So say if you're selling Google ads to dentists, right? You're going to send them a video or ebook saying this is exactly how you book meetings as a dentist. Now you might be thinking, oh well, look, then why would they join my meeting? Remember, people pay for your service because it's the convenience and it's the done for you, and they trust that you're a professional. If they don't fully understand what you're talking about, they're not going to want to invest in it. That's why we want to provide them with education, because this is value, shows we're an expert, and they absolutely love it. Value proposition reinforcement, right? We want to reinstate that we are valuable. We want to talk about the value that we can add to their business. So say if it's the Google Ads for dentists, you want to talk about, look, obviously the management of Google Ads, right? You want to dive into, say, market research, all these little areas that running Google Ads, and not just running the Google Ads themselves, around the running of the Google Ads, right? Why it's important that they show up to your meeting so they can learn X, Y, Z. Learn the market research, understand the market research implementation that you might add for them. Learn the importance of continuous Google Ads optimization, things like this, right? You want to add value and make it sure that they go, oh yeah, that's right, he's going to teach me about how to optimize my Google Ads with budget optimization. Then they're definitely going to join that meeting because they know exactly why. Whereas if you don't do this, then what's going to happen is they're going to have no idea why they're joining your meeting. Because yeah, you've given them some educational content and you've kind of told them where the meeting and stuff is, but they don't actually know and remember why they want to join the meeting. The next thing is interactive touch points. This is one that I really like, because with the interactive touch points, you can kind of dive into, I guess, getting them more engaged. So it might be a survey. It might be a questionnaire of, hey, look, tell me every single thing that you've already tried with your Google Ads. Then they go through, they go fill it in. This way they get engaged. Because yes, they can read stuff and like maybe answer questions over an email, right? But it's not going to retain in their mind as much as, say, them filling out a survey or filling out whatever online, getting them engaged in some sort of way. That's going to make sure that the information that you provide to them is much longer retained, and they're going to remember that meeting a lot, because they're going to remember, oh, that 15 minutes or that 10 minutes that I spent filling out that survey. They remember that much more compared to then just, oh yeah, that one email that I wrote. And this is so important because, as you can imagine, it's going to increase that obviously show up rate of 80%. Next stage is relationship and reputation building. So we want to go through a few things, right? So in our nurturing sequence, we want personalization. This gives it that human touch point that's so important, because we don't want to make it seem too generic, right? The way we can do personalization is through variables. I'll dive into this a little bit. There's so many different softwares that use variables, things like your name, right? The date of your meeting, the company name, the industry, all these different things you can slightly personalize so that way they feel special and feel more inclined to join the meeting, because it feels tailored to them, compared to just joining some generic meeting that they think the nurturing sequence is getting sent out to every single person. Next thing is the social media. So big things, say if like you're targeting other B2B businesses, jumping onto social media, right? Jumping onto LinkedIn, connecting with them on LinkedIn, sending them messages and all these different things is going to obviously remind them of you once again, but also get them engaged with you. They're going to remember you, right? If you've got a LinkedIn with a lot of posts and that sort of thing, they're going to see all these social media posts, reinstate that you're an expert, you're someone of value, you should join the meeting. Then obviously you're going to have some sort of testimonials. You're going to send them some testimonials so that way they once again get pushed further. They get more pushed to you, because they might have meetings with other people, but after they see some testimonials and they see some case studies, it's going to be really valuable for them to join your meeting over the other ones, because they can see that it already works without them having to join the meeting. They instantly confirmed, yes, whatever Dave is selling, it works because John said it works. I've seen John. John's very happy with it. I want to be happy like John, so I'm going to join the meeting, hear more about it, and then be more inclined to buy. Next stage is the reminder. So this is the last step, right? We obviously want to remind them of the meeting, what's going to happen in the meeting, and essentially just rehash the meeting, right? Because yes, they have seen all this other stuff. The biggest thing is that they actually join the meeting, right? Because all this other stuff's nice if they see it, but if they don't join the meeting, it's pretty well pointless. So we want to rehash the meeting, remind them, look, 5 minutes, here's the meeting link, join when you're ready. Bang, they're going to join, they're going to be ready, they're going to have pen and paper. As you can see, right, if you go through every single one of these stages, including all of this, right, they're going to show up to your meeting. It's inevitable for them not to. Makes it so impossible, because if you put yourself in the shoes of the prospect, say someone who owns a dental clinic, and you've seen all these things, you've seen obviously educational content, you've seen the personalization, they've connected with you on social media, you've seen some testimonials, right, and you're getting constantly reminded of the time and date, you're gonna join that meeting. It's impossible to forget. They can't use that, oh hey look, I forgot about our meeting, because you've already touched and connect with them on so many levels. So this is what I call the dream nurturing sequence, right? After you put a client through this nurturing sequence, it's very unlikely that they're not going to turn up, right? So let's take an example for this one. We're going to be doing it for Dave the dentist, right? So he owns a dental clinic. His name's Dave, right? He's just booked a meeting, as you can see here, right? So Mr. Client books the meeting. Next thing we want to do is send through an email confirming the time, right? This is so important. Gonna give them that date, the time, location, etc. Preparing them for the meeting. This is an email of reference that they go back to, right? So that's one of those first stage ones. Then we're gonna use an automation to send an SMS. Did you get that invite? Now, this is gonna feel very personalized, right? You can do this through so many softwares. I'll show you a few later. But you're going to send an SMS saying, did you get that invite? Now, obviously, they can respond to that SMS and you can obviously follow up with another conversation. However, all we're doing is sending an SMS to them saying, did you get that invite? Automatically, say 5 minutes later. This going to touch point with them on another thing, then there's much high chance that they're going to go, after seeing the message, go confirm the meeting and accept the invite. About 30 minutes later, we want to drop some pre-meeting resources. So watch this video first type thing. Okay, bring XYZ to the meeting. So really preparing them for the meeting. This is that meeting preparation stage. You're going to give them everything, all the resources necessary, answer all those simple questions running up to the meeting. So it might be a FAQ, meeting FAQ, right? That way they don't have any silly questions. They have full transparency and clarity of what they're going to get from the meeting, why they're joining the meeting. Then we're going to drop some valuable content, right, that the prospect can use on their own. However, after using this and seeing this, they're going to be like, okay, look, that would work really well. I wonder what else he can share with me. So it might be white papers or guides, right? Or a weekly webinar invitation. This is a really good one. Say you might start hosting weekly webinars, maybe every Wednesday. If you just send through them an invite for the next one, they're going to be like, oh, look, he has a lot of people who watch him. I'm going to join that webinar as well, get a lot more value. Send in, with those white papers and guides, right? Send industry specific white papers or guides that showcase your expertise and common challenges, right? So we want to address any challenges. We want to show our expertise through a white paper, through a guide, or whatever we can provide with them, right? So once again, makes us seem valuable while they get value out of it, because no one's ever going to say no to free stuff. Everyone loves free stuff. So why not give them some free stuff? Because say if I walked up to you, gave you $1 million, obviously you're going to like me a lot more, right? You're going to be inclined to hang out with me. Same with this. Obviously, this isn't $1 million, might be worth $1 million to them, but it's going to really make them like you. 4 hours later, then we're going to have our value reinforcement, right? They already know we're the experts, so let's increase our value. So success stories. We may share some success stories of our systems, how they've worked and how specifically the results that they've been able to generate, right? Then we're going to also send some value-based things like articles, videos, infographics, right? So why are we different? Why should you join our meetings, right? So this is what this stage is about. So reinforcing our value, why we're better than the rest, and that's why you should join our meeting. Makes us seem more valuable, talks to them more about what we do. All frequently asked questions will be answered. About 12 hours later, then you're going to want to send some personalized outreach, right? So messages, like a message addressing the prospect's specific challenges, interests, and goals, right? So you might have a few nurturing sequence templates. You might have one, say for your dentists, you're making a nurturing sequence for the dentist. You might have one where it's like the dentist is struggling to get a lot of meetings. Might have one where it's like the dentist only wants a few quality meetings. Now, the personalized outreach may be different. With one, you're going to provide some more value about addressing how to get much more meetings. Other one, you're going to talk about how to get more personalized meetings. Through this, then it's going to feel more touched with them. You can also use those variables in emails, right, to get that more personalization even further. So it might be, hey Dan, we've noticed with Western Suburb dentist clinics, the way you guys can start booking so many more appointments is by doing XYZ. Here's a really good article on it. And it's kind of personalized in that sense because it's personalized to his challenge while using some very, very simple variables. Then about 16 hours later, we want to use that social media connection. Connect with them on LinkedIn, right, or Facebook, something like that. Getting that further third-party connection is going to make them turn up to the meeting so much more. 24 hours before the meeting, right, we want to confirm the time once more. Send through an invite, hey, just confirming our meeting for in 24 hours time, or Tuesday, 10 a.m., blah, blah, blah. Confirming the meeting, reminding them when the meeting is so that way they don't miss it. 16 hours before the meeting, let's send some testimonials, right? So this might be videos, so it might be Sam, who owns a dental clinic in a different state. And this is Sam on the video saying, hey, look, these guys are really good at Facebook ads or Google ads, blah, blah, blah. You should really want to work with them. They helped me achieve X result in X time, and now I'm happy. They're going to see the testimonial, like we said earlier, and go, I want to be happy like Sam. So imagine what they can do for me, right? Imagine what they can do for me, Dan, or John, or whatever we call the dentist, right? So videos or handwritten can also be powerful. 4 hours before the meeting is, let's get them a little bit engaged, right? So let's ask them, do you have any questions before our meeting? Because then they may not think they do, but then after seeing this, they might be, actually, yeah, there was one thing I wanted to ask. And then we're going to answer, and then they're going to go, oh, that's right, okay, perfect, yeah, look, really excited for our meeting. Gets them engaged, gets them talking, gets them responding to us, talking to us, thinking about us and what we do. 1 hour before, we want to send through another email saying, here's the meeting link, right? Just to be for your convenience, right? We want to make it easier for them. They don't want to necessarily go back to the old email or have to go through their calendar. Let's just send them the meeting link and just be like, hey Dan, really excited for our meeting. Here's the meeting link. Join this one in an hour's time. Bang. Then, right, when it's time for the meeting, we want to shoot through just an SMS. We can automate this as well really easily. Is, hey Dan, on the meeting now, really excited, let me know when you join. Bang. If you go through this nurturing sequence, either like this one or something similar, after having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, I think 11 different touch points, there's such a high chance that they're going to join the meeting. And plus you can add more to this. You can take some things where it really does depend on your client and who you're trying to reach. Because say some big B2B businesses, they may not use SMS as much, right? They may just use just table phone or whatever it's called. So we're not going to be sending them SMS just to one of those landline phones, right? So might do some more things with email. However, say it might be more personalized to say cafe owner. Might do some more things with SMS because that's a lot more personalized, closer to touch that way, or maybe a clothing brand, right? So really do personalize it to your customers' needs and where they are. Remember, whole thing about this is making it easier for them, making them prepared, answering all the questions they have while providing value. Now, they will turn up to your meetings if you do this. I can guarantee you. So the big question is though, how can we actually develop something like this? There's 3 main softwares that I would highlight is HubSpot, Go High Level, or Close. HubSpot is more expensive, however, very, very good. Go High Level is probably more in the medium range. Very, very good value for the price. I highly recommend it. It's what we use. And then there's also Close. Close is very good as well. Cheaper as well, so it's a little bit of a cheap alternative, however, still very effective. Each of these 3 setups all have nurture and sequence development. So you can go through, you can set up these automations so that way, say, as soon as you book the meeting into your calendar, they will scan your calendar, see the meeting booked in, see all the details, use the contact that you've already uploaded to the thing and start putting them through that nurturing sequence. Nurturing sequences are going to get your meetings turned up, right? I can guarantee you, you just got to develop it only once as well. Then it's going to save you so much time. Really hope you guys found this valuable. Ask me any questions you guys have. Go develop a nurturing sequence. It's going to make you guys a lot of money.